Hey guys, welcome back. So here we are for the weekly update on YouTube, and as usual I had this poll running on Telegram yesterday asking what should the second topic of the video be, and I had here technical analysis and thoughts about BTC versus altcoins correlation, or technical analysis on 3 cannabis stock charts. And we had a 93% of the votes for analysis and thoughts on BTC versus alts correlation. We had 122 people voting. So let's get into the video. The main topic, of course, is going to be BTCUSD technical analysis. So let's get into the chart. And yeah, we have here the BTCUSD one-day candles as usual. And guys, for the past several weeks now, every Wednesday when I do my updates on YouTube and I do BTCUSD, the price is at the same level more or less. So nothing really changed. I have been saying the same thing since we touched 6,000 2 times. So we touched 6,000 here, we touched 6,000 here, and then we were bouncing and retracing from here. And when we were, I remember specifically, we were somewhere during this downtrend here. I don't know exactly what day was that, but somewhere going down, I said, I don't think it'll break in the next try. It will bounce, and then we will have another weaker bounce, and we will have few bounces here. One more week than the previous one until it finally breaks down. And we have been in this for the past several weeks, months, I would say already. So there's simply nothing new I can say about this other than repeating what I have been saying already for a long time, because guys, I do the one-day candles, so my readings can last for months now, because there's the volatility is very, very low and the price movements are very, very slow. So, you know, I have been comparing the current bubble with the 2014 bubble as well in a couple of videos. I have been giving some signals on Twitter and on Telegram sometimes as well, you know, in the middle of the week, between Wednesday and Wednesdays for my main videos. And you know, the last signal I gave, it was to sell up here at 7.3 or 7, I can't remember, 7.5. I said watch out because this is heavy resistance, and sure enough we dropped. And then this week, between now and the past Wednesday, I tweeted out as well that we're gonna have heavy resistance at 6.8 if it gets there. So I've been saying watch out for 6.8 because it's the next obvious resistance, as you can see from here. So if it even gets to 6.8, I expect another dump until this support at 6,000 more or less finally breaks, because it's getting weaker and weaker every time it's tested. Now, it's not impossible that this is the bottom and this is, you know, the consolidation level, but I don't find it as probable because, you know, the volume doesn't show accumulation volume at all. The volume, it's, you know, it continues to tighten, so it'll break probably very vertical when it finally does. It's not impossible that it could break in the upside. I mean, I'm the first one who wants this to break in the upside, right? I didn't sell all my holdings. That's the reason I didn't sell all my holdings. I sold on the highs, I sold about half of my BTC holdings. And I have been saying also for a long time that, yeah, buying at 6K, it's not as risky. If you want to average in, it's an okay area, you know, not to put your life savings in it, but it's a good area to start averaging in. It's not as risky buying here than buying on the way up here after breaking 10,000 when most people were buying. This was very risky. Buying here is not as risky, even though I expect lower prices by probability, but because we don't know for sure, because no one really knows the future and markets can do anything, it's not a bad area to start averaging in, just in case this is the bottom. But I still think we need to go lower. When 6K break, the target it's at 3K. So yeah, that's what I have been saying. This is a bearish triangle, by the way. You see here like a descending wedge, but really it's only a descending wedge if you account for the last two touches. If you go from the first low, this is a perfect bearish triangle, and the target is quite low here. We also have a head and shoulder here, shoulder, head and shoulder, and it's very normal. I'm sure you've probably heard me say this before in several videos. It's very normal to do shoulder, head, shoulder, and shoulder, and then break down. Two shoulders here, the second one lower than the previous one is very normal in head and shoulder patterns, just like it's very normal in cup and handle patterns. You have many times you see the cup, handle, and then break out, and the second handle is smaller than the previous one. So it's very normal to have two handles or even three sometimes, and it's very normal to have two shoulders here or even three sometimes. The last one always is smaller than the previous one until it finally breaks. So it's very normal for patterns, and all the patterns that we see here are bearish patterns. This could also be cup, handle, and handle is also a bearish triangle. It's also a head and shoulder. So it's all bearish. It's all bearish patterns forming here. Bulls buying at 6K are running out of steam here. You see every time there's less buyers at 6K until there's none, and this breaks down. So this is what's more probable to happen. But again, of course, I don't have a crystal ball. There's a chance that we break in the upside. I don't think so, but hey, I'm hoping for that as well. I want that as well. And so I'm going to leave the Bitcoin here because really, guys, yeah, I'm just repeating myself here. I feel like a broken record sometimes. So let's go for the second topic, which was the correlation between Bitcoin and altcoins. So for this, we're going to look at the BTC versus altcoins dominance chart. And we see, let's see, the number here is 55. So we are at 55. This is kind of high already. However, during bear markets, in previous history of crypto, BTC goes up in dominance until we hit a bottom, and then that's it. Then altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin, and in general, Bitcoin always goes down in dominance. In the big picture, if we look through the years. But during crypto bear markets, it goes up, it bounces and it goes up. So we're kind of getting to a high level here. I would anticipate, according to the chart and doing some technical analysis, I think we might be getting to, to a top for Bitcoin dominance. Maybe not just yet, but I would anticipate this will soon start to round, like it's like doing like a rounded top like this. Preparing to find bottom, in crypto, because yes, we corrected a lot already. Altcoins, a lot of them corrected 90% or more. So yeah, we're not far from the bottom, I would say, in crypto in general. However, I think Bitcoin BTC still needs to go down to 3,000 by probability. So I'd say the correlation between Bitcoin and altcoins it's going to start to flatten here. I don't see BTC going much higher. I have been saying 50% dominance for quite some time. We are at 55, so yeah, it's gone a little higher. However, we can see it's starting to slow down, in growth, in dominance. So I anticipate, I think both Bitcoin BTC and altcoins still need to go down in terms of dollars. There's still some room there to go down in terms of dollars. However, I see altcoins near the bottom when it comes to the BTC pair. So I anticipate altcoins will continue to suffer in terms of US dollars for some time, but start to go sideways on the BTC chart. If you compare, the main altcoins, the top ones, I would say they will start to go just sideways versus BTC, maybe just bleed down a little bit more. If we can imagine here a rounded top, like maybe it goes up a little bit more, like rounding already very, very slow, That's what I would anticipate for the altcoins versus Bitcoin charts, that maybe they bleed down a little bit more, but slowing down already, and then go just flat for some time, like, you know, and then we would be reaching a bottom in the crypto markets in general. So yeah, this might be about to change. I also I've seen an increase of people trashing altcoins on YouTube and shilling Bitcoin. Like I've seen a lot of people, an increase of people saying like things like altcoins are dead, 90% of altcoins are not coming back. You know, it was a big mistake to hold the altcoins. Bitcoin, BTC is the only one that's going to succeed because it's the strongest one, it's the only one that's holding. Altcoins are shit, they're going to zero. I've seen an increase in crypto influencers on YouTube saying things like that, you know, shilling Bitcoin, BTC, and bashing altcoins. Now that altcoins have suffered so much versus BTC, so this indicates to me that the thing might be about to reverse, you know, the correlation between Bitcoin and altcoins. I don't think we're going to have a altcoin season unless we really go bullish in the whole crypto markets, but I don't think that's going to happen. But you know, I don't think we're going to have a rally in the altcoins, but I think they will start to slow down when it comes to losing value versus Bitcoin. I see them like being very near a bottom when it comes to the altcoin versus Bitcoin chart. So I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to explain here, guys. These are my views for the video of today. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.